even after I was sentenced, I still didn't start to think about or connect to what I had done for like 10 years. And then I got a letter. My victim's nephew, he asked me, why'd you kill my uncle? And I sat down to write him back, and I couldn't answer the question. I wasn't gonna tell him a lie. And up to that point, I had lied about why I had committed the carjacking. And I told multiple lies to multiple people, embellishing this tough thug image or whatever. But I wasn't gonna tell him any bullshit. And I couldn't answer that letter. I'll start writing something. It was like excuse. It was trying to articulate my pain as if it was somehow a justification. That started making me think more about them. Why did I do this? It wasn't until I read Sophie's Choice about a mother who went through the Holocaust and she had 2 children. She was made to choose which one would live and which one would die. I put the book down. I was just distraught. Like, I was infuriated. I remember thinking, what kind of monster would make a parent choose between their children? I'd become good at disconnecting, but I couldn't disconnect from all of these emotions. And then I started thinking, I'm responsible for parents having to bury their children. It was a huge turning point for me. But at the time, it was hell. Because then I started making connections to everything. I realized that for nearly 12 years, I had brought pain or some type of difficulty to everybody's life that I'd encountered.
At the time I met him, I didn't know that I was coming into his life when he was in turmoil. He was going through a lot of emotions. He was in and out of the hole for different reasons. He did tell me that he had contemplated suicide in the past, and I thought that was like way before we met. I didn't realize it was super recent.
I had finally connected to the pain that I had caused so many others. I felt evil. I'm going to hell anyway. I might as well just end it. I remember thinking that if I wrote people these letters and I told them that I was sorry, maybe they would believe me if it was my last act. And my wife, hers was the last letter that I was writing. That was the letter for me when it clicked, like, this is gonna hurt this person. One of only a few people who saw any value in who I was at that time.
Maybe a year or so after, things really calmed down. He stopped going to the hole. He was talking more to people. He was being more creative. He started writing.
Cheryl, it became okay to be vulnerable. And I had to get to a point to where I was okay with being vulnerable before I could really start to look at some of my own pain, some of my own feelings. She was the first person that I began telling the truth to about a lot of things. It set me on a path to start taking an honest assessment of who I was and the things that I had done. And it set me in motion to try and figure out how to answer for that.